Hi guys, welcome back to April After Dark. I am trying a new lighting thing. I made this myself, a do-it-yourself ring light. I think this might have been under 25 bucks, but I was having a lighting situation and I've always wanted a ring light. They're ridiculously expensive, not something that I can just afford right now, so I thought, you know, I could afford 25 bucks and I can make my own. So anyway, here we are. I say we because I've got two of my haunted dolls with me. I have never investigated either of them. They are from the same place. One of them's name is Bessie and the other one's name is Shadow. Now one of them is a more, I guess, what you would consider a positive spirit, and the other one is a maybe not so positive spirit. Let me get into it. I'm gonna let you guys get your own reading on these people, or these dolls, and what you think they might be. But anyway, I also wanted to come on here and say I will be making a video on, you know, a couple different videos on my Zach's Haunted Museum series. So if there are any questions that you want me to answer for you about the museum, ask them now. I have some questions that I will answer in that video from Instagram, but I just wanted to know if there's anything else specific that you might want to know about the museum. I've seen several people make videos on their experience there, and I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but if you've already been there or you just don't really care, then I will definitely put a disclaimer in front of everything, or a warning that, you know, my experience and what the order of things that I tell you, but I don't want to ruin it for anybody that doesn't want to know. You want to be surprised by everything, because I almost wish that I hadn't watched so many videos on people's experiences there, and because they give you the whole layout and what room you go into and what they say in each room. And of course, every experience is completely different. The energies change in every room all the time. I mean, the rooms that I've felt some weirdness in, or just felt something kind of intense and heavy, was not in rooms that people typically say that they feel anything. And then the rooms that you would imagine that you would think, oh, you must feel, you know, really intense energy if you go in there, just really negative energy or whatever. I didn't really feel much at all. So, but that doesn't mean that I said this before in the last video. I'm not going to get all caught up in it. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and introduce you to two of my other haunted dolls. I have never investigated them. So one of them's name is Bessie, and the other one's name is Shadow. Like I said, they are not the same kind of spirit. So let me see here. Bessie I got first, okay? And immediately when I got her, I just wanted to hug her. And the other one I got a few months later, and I didn't, you know, obviously I'll buy these things and then I won't say anything about them. But I will investigate them on here, but I wanted to know what you guys wanted me to do first. Pendulum, spirit box, EVPs, that sort of a thing. And I have a paranormal experience to tell you about that happened before I went to the museum, it's just very odd. And I will make that another video as well. But it's actually kind of given me another tool to use, I guess you might say. It's weird. Okay, so let's see here. I will talk about Bessie first. She is the positive spirit. And I got her, I want to say last summer, but I never I haven't investigated her, but I have not felt anything negative from her. So she is one of the dolls that is behind, or next to me, I should say. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh, I might not even have it anymore. Okay, well, let me read about Shadow then. Okay, so Shadow is from the 1970s, and the reason I was so drawn to the name is because my very first dog was named Shadow. He was a black lab. I got him when I was 4 years old, and I still have his like birth certificate. His name is April Shadow. So when I saw there was a doll named Shadow, I thought that was pretty cool, and I have communicated with the owner a lot about her. So, but I want to see if you guys can tell who it is. Okay. So this is vintage item from the 1970s. Okay. Shadow is an evil spirit that was used for conducting voodoo spells and black magic. Shadow is very revengeful, so if someone has harmed you, she's the perfect spirit to have because nothing makes her more happy than to seek revenge. Ask and you shall receive, but be careful what you ask for. She's really quick to come through when playing the Ouija board and using your EVP device and pendulum. She will not harm you or anyone unless you summon her to do so. Please ask questions because all sales are final. So I had reserved her, paid some money to reserve her, not a lot, but reserved her. And then I wound up buying her a few weeks later, and this was like last year in 2018. So she was the second doll that I got. And then the other one is Bessie, and let me just go to my, these are from Etsy, so not from eBay. All my other dolls are from eBay that I've acquired. But okay, sorry, I know this is taking, okay, so the other one is Bessie. I'm seriously asking you guys if you can, okay, if you can pick out who is who. She's also from the 70s, a vintage item. And let's see here, okay. Bessie is a very beautiful young lady that never matured. She was 27 years old and still loved to play with dolls. Bessie was dating a very abusive, controlling man that became obsessed with Bessie to the point that he was jealous of her dolls. He claimed that Bessie paid more attention to her dolls than to him. He always threatened Bessie that he would set the house on fire so Bessie can burn in hell with her dolls. Wow. That's really evil. One night, he slipped sleeping pills in her drink and waited for her to fall asleep, and he burned the house down. Bessie's spirit is still very much alive. She still loves dolls and is very protective of them. So both of these dolls came from the same shop. Let me know which one you think is who. I will say Bessie, she does, she doesn't invoke anything negative with me. And I haven't had Shadow out enough to really know anything about if she's given me a vibe or anything, but I wanted to see what you guys thought before I really give you any more information. And like I said, I have not investigated either of them yet. They came from the same place, a few months apart. One is an evil spirit and one is a positive spirit. So who is who? And how would you like me to investigate? I did ask the owner, you know, what is the best way? Is there anything that they come in more, like, do they respond more to certain things? And she said that, you know, Shadow, definitely pendulum, Ouija board, EVP. So I haven't done that yet, obviously. And then Bessie, I think the same thing. And I said, how can you tell if Shadow's presence is known? And she says, you'll hear shuffling of footsteps sometimes, shadows, hence the name Shadow. But anyway, get your questions ready for Zach's Haunted Museum and any of the items that are in the museum. And then which doll is which and who would you like me to investigate first? All right. As always, happy haunting, stay scared, and have a very creepy night. Bye.